The views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the policy or position of ONTV's management, staff, or board of directors.
Hello and welcome to Political News, Political Views. My name is David Lillis, and I'm here to talk with you. Again, the show is no teleprompters, no cue cards, no idiot boards, just straight ad-lib conversation. I am just a regular person, so I'm no celebrity or anything like that. However, I am somebody who has an education. I am educated beyond my intelligence, whatever that means. Now, the reason I'm here, and the new format of the show is kind of like this. What we've done is the world right now, or the United States anyway, is messed up. And in the past, I've told you that I am someone that has been taught in school how to think, not what to think. So therefore, I can think on my own. I can listen and look at what's going on in the world and make a reasonably educated analysis of it. And that's why I'm here for you. Because right now, what I have found in talking with people is when I bring up situations like with the government and what they're doing, oh, no, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. That's, oh my God, that's just too much for me. And I tell them, look, you're going to hear it one way or the other. And the part that they were missing was this. And this is what I use as my campaign basis. I've said this before on previous shows. Whatever these assholes do, you got to live with it, and you have to pay for it. Well, with Trump this time, he brought in so-called doggy or Doge, whatever the hell you want to call it. But what we found out is that what they're doing is they're basically tearing things apart. He's almost trying to destroy and retaliate and turn this into the United States of Trump. Now, for those Trumpsters, or as they're referred to now, maggots. Now, I'm not supposed to use that, but I'm going to use it anyway. Because, and you know, the funny thing is, a few of those so-called maggots now all of a sudden are starting to see that maybe they were wrong. Because Trump said a whole lot of stuff. Now, the reason I'm attacking Trump is this. He is the catalyst. I believe, and I'm giving you my opinion, so a lot of this is my opinion, and some of it will be opinion. But in my view, Trump was going to jail. What he was caught doing, he was guilty, and he knew it. And he took the money that people had given him because he kept opening all these super PACs and used it to keep himself out of jail. Well, here comes Elon Musk, who is giving him millions of dollars because he wanted to be co-president. See, he can't be president because he's not from this country, and Trump knew that. But Trump was so close. If he had lost that election, and when should not have been fair that he was allowed to run for office while he was under indictment, he should never have been allowed to do that. But somehow he got through with it. And he knew that if he was convicted, he would have gone to jail. He said he was people's retribution. He said, they're trying to come after you, but they have to get through me first. I'm the one that he was the one they wanted. You weren't the one that had documents. You weren't the one that caused a riot. You weren't the one that tried to overthrow the government. You weren't the one that lied on your income tax and on documents. You didn't do that. You weren't the one that slept with the other women. You weren't the one that paid them off. How the hell could Trump say that the government was after you when he was the one that did it? I cannot believe for the life of me how people could stand there and defend him. And he lied, and he lied, and he lied, and he still lies. That's the one thing he is great at. He wants to be number one on a lot of things. A liar is one of them. So here comes Elon Musk. Elon Musk gives him all this money. Elon Musk is working his way in. And the two of them are conspiring to make more money. Now, example, about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, Trump did a commercial for Musk on one of those hideous cars on the White House lawn. Now, that's against the law right there. That's against the Hatch Act. But see, with Trump, it doesn't matter. Trump, as he says, he is the law. That should scare the hell out of every one of you. Trump is not the law. Now, am I getting overactive? Yes, I am. Why? Because I can see what's going on. Right after he did that commercial, Musk gave him $100 million. Listen, $100 million. For what? Well, there's a couple of things that are going on. As you can see, they're taking away all the agencies. The last time I was on the show, I brought up Social Security. I'll bring it up again briefly to bring you up to date. Musk says it's a Ponzi scheme. Other Republicans agree with him. Right now, there is no Republican Party. Let's get that straight. There is no Republican Party. These are Trumpsters. This is the Trump Party. This is the party of corruption, graft, retaliation, retribution, perversion, and anything else that is vile to what we used to believe in. I'm not ashamed of saying that. I can see it. What blows me away is a couple of things. One, why people can hear him lie. They see it. It's right there in front of him. And they say, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. A good example is Andrew Clyde from Georgia. That stupid son of a bitch testified that during the January 6th riot, that all he saw, this is what he testified to, all he saw was people going through with their cameras through the stanchions, taking pictures, and being in awe of the building. That's what he said he saw. Yet they have films showing him pushing desks in front of the chair while he was crying because he was afraid they would get in. And yet people believed him, just like they believed Trump. Okay, getting back to Social Security. So here's Elon Musk, who doesn't even know how Social Security works. He goes in and he's decimating it. He says he's looking for fraud. Well, he didn't look for fraud, but I'll tell you what he did do. He downloaded with his little boys, he downloaded your information. Oh, he's got it, and they know it. And they tried to say he didn't, but now they come back and they say he did, and he admitted that he's got your personal information. He's got your personal information from IRS, from Social Security. Now they want it from your voting records. Watch the news. You're going to see it. Trump tried that shit back in 2017 when he wanted all the Secretary of States to forward to him all your voter information. He has no right to that. Every single Secretary of State said no. One even told him to go to hell. Unfortunately, I guess he doesn't have a map. He doesn't know how to get there. But the fact is, he went in and instead of looking for fraud, now we're going to cut people. Now I'm going to put a scenario up to you, and I want you to listen to me closely. I worked a job once, and I'm going to simplify this so it's easier to understand. We had, in one of our restaurants, a 10-man crew. The company budgeted, I'll say $10 per hour for 10 hours a day for 10 people, okay? So each person made $100 a day, so $1,000 for all 10 for that day. Okay, now when two of those people left, when two of them left to go on vacation, everybody picked up the slack. Okay, two more quit, walked off. That left 6 people. The question was, first question, okay, where the money was budgeted for that restaurant, where did that money that was not used, where did it go? It went back to the company. Okay, now, you still have to run the restaurant. Now we have 6 people. Now here's my question, and now I want you to listen to this question close because this is the question that you need to answer. Where did the work go? You had a 10-man job, enough work for 10 people, and now you have 6. So 6 people doing a 10-man job and the same amount of 10 hours per day. Where did the work go? Did it disappear? Did the workers take it with them? No. They divided it up and expected everybody else to do it. Well, what happened is 2 of them quit. Why? Because the work was too much and they were getting hounded for not being able to do it. Well, you put them in a situation they couldn't do it. And the company knew that. So they let them go. Now it's a 4-man job. The quality went down. They were doing a job or 2.5 jobs each. This is what is happening now with the IRS, the VA, NOAA, Social Security. He just went in and he said, he didn't look for fraud. He said, cut 8,000 people. Just cut them. Now, my question is, where did that work go? Because that department, the Social Security, this is where your work gets done. Those people were working. They weren't lazy. They were showing up for work. They were doing a job. That job benefited all of you. One, if the money was coming in. One, if the future. One, for the people who were receiving it. One, to keep everything updated. They were working. Now, what he did, he cut that money. He cut those people. Where did the work go? Well, guess what? You're not going to get your checks on time if you're going to get them at all. Why? Because they're overloaded. See, all they did was cut people. They did not look for fraud. And then when they were challenged on it, they came up with horse shit, and I do mean horse shit, of people that were 150 years old, and Trump, during the State of the Union, said there was one that was over 200 years old. That's right. Wait a minute. Over 200 years old? People over 150 years old were getting Social Security? I want to meet those people. But they tried to pass that stuff off. And people listen to it. Come on. You have to have more sense than that. Have you met a 150-year-old person? Even to say something like that is bullshit. The checks that were going out, if they went out, could not have been cashed. There is no person. Yet they said it's fraud. See, we found it. We found it. Now my question to you is, can't you think? Can't you figure that out? That should piss you off. Now they've cut the benefits for you, and you're the recipient of it. Is it just Social Security? No. No, it isn't. It's the post office. Yesterday, the post office had to close. Well, one of the branches had to close at 4 o'clock. They didn't have help. How about the IRS? What happens if they get to your income tax late? What if they don't process it? Do you get fined? Do you get the penalty for it? Who the hell knows? Because we've never been in this situation before. The department said he's tearing apart the VA, 80,000 people. If you are in the military and you go through basic training, you get into war, you put your life on the line, there are bullets being shot at you, you may or may not come back. Your family will suffer. Your family will wait every day hoping that you live another day. And they have the nerve to cut what you're supposed to get, what we promised you when you come home. Now, why are they cutting it? Are they saving money, or is it going to be the tax that Elon Musk will not have to pay? That money will cover it. So screw the average person as long as the 2,500 billionaires get that tax cut. And the thing is, you know this. You should be outraged at it. Today, the Republican Party voted to give the banks open field to charge whatever they want if you have an overdraft. There is no limit now. Why would they vote that in? Who are they representing? Well, it should be pretty easy to see. The middle class, the poor, the ones at below the billionaires, we're the ones carrying the burden. And we're the ones that are getting shit on. Trump doesn't give a fat rat's ass about anyone but himself. And whoever can pad his pocket. What angers me is the fact that you see it and don't do anything about it. But as I told people when I campaigned, you will live with it and you will pay for it. We are headed to an autocracy. It's happening in front of your face. You can see it. You can hear it. Now Trump wants to eliminate all judges. And Mike Johnson said, we're going to defund federal courts because they're interfering with Trump's plan for how he sees the country going. Here's another department that they're screwing up. And there's a little background on it. In 2019, late summer 2019, Hurricane Donald went to Florida. I don't know if any of you remember that. Trump, for some reason, kept saying it was going through Alabama. The people of Alabama were up in arms because do we leave? Do we board up our house? What do we do? What do we do? NOAA said, no, there's nothing to worry about. They're the ones that track the storms. They're the one that tracks the weather. And it never went anywhere near Alabama. But Trump said it did. And he had to be right. So what he did, he took the map after Donald had calmed down, Hurricane Donald calmed down, and he drew with a black Sharpie Alabama and said, see, I told you. Well, someone from NOAA stepped up and said, no, Mr. President, you drew that on there. That person got fired. So all the others got scared and said, oh, yeah, maybe it did go through Alabama. Maybe it was, it just, they didn't want to get fired. After Trump was out of office, they came out and they said, yes, he bullied us into saying that. What a jackass. His ego would not even allow him to say, hey, maybe I made a mistake. He's got to be right. And being right with him can have a heavy problem for you. You better think about it. NOAA is going to be cut down to almost nothing. Let me tell you what the National Oceanographic Area does. They track storms. They track weather conditions. Those weather conditions could be flooding, heavy rains, hurricanes, tornadoes, drought, heat waves, cold waves, blizzards. They track that so we can be prepared. And because this dumb jackass has an ego problem, he wants to disband it. And he's saying it's fraud. What the hell is fraud in a snowstorm? There is no fraud in a snowstorm or a hurricane. He's just making it up because of his ego. Again, you will pay the price for this because it goes further than that. The farmers need to know what is going on with the weather. They have crops to plant. Airlines need to know. Bridges need to know. The Mackinac Bridge, yeah, you think they would need to know? That bridge can withstand winds of up to 600 miles an hour. But you take a small car and it'll blow right off and over into the water. That is for your protection. That is on something for you. Do we pay for it? Yes, we do. Do we get something out of it? Yes, we do. Trump is saying, no. We need the money because I need to get my tax cut to take the people down from 21% down to 15%. Why should Elon Musk have to pay taxes? Why should any of the billionaires have to pay taxes? And to be honest with you, some of the billionaires have said, this is wrong. We need to pay more in taxes. Now that's just NOAA. What about the IRS? You're going to send your stuff in. You may not get a refund. Why? Because they cut it. Now he's cutting the health care. Pay attention, people. Pay attention. Tell Joe Rogan to kiss your ass and Steve Bannon. This is your lives. These departments were put in for your protection and for your needs. Yes, we pay for them out of taxes. If Trump wants to talk about fraud, if Elon Musk wants to talk about fraud, let's talk about this one. Do you know how much the Secret Service has had to pay out of their budget into Donald Trump's pocket? I'll bet you don't. Even to this day, Trump, every time a president travels, just said it, and I'm going to give you the scenario. When a president travels, he travels with an entourage of anywhere from 240 to 280 people. There are 2 planes. There are 2 cars. There are calligraphers. There's chefs. There's everyone there for his necessities. Okay, that was all presidents. Do they really need it? That's debatable. Probably not. But they have it. The difference between other presidents and Trump is that Trump is making money off it. He is lining his pockets with your taxpayer dollars by lying. He is charging the Secret Service and all those other people to stay at Mar-a-Lago, to stay at Bedminster, to stay at his resorts. He even had the vice president in his last term travel all the way across Ireland because he wanted him to stay in his resort in Ireland. Mike Pence had to travel completely across the country to go to a meeting so that Trump could charge for all of that. And what he's doing, he's siphoning money out of the government. That's fraud. He charges $660 a night. And then they lied about it. Trumpy Poo Jr. said they were only charging $50. Well, the press got a hold of the bills. Trump even went so far, and this is I'm going to escalate this. Trump even went so far as to say he was going to Bedminster in 2020. Said he was going to Bedminster in March, but he didn't know when, so everybody went to Bedminster for the entire month of March, and he charged the government for it. That went into his pocket. Would you say that's fraud? $660 a night per person? Okay, let's take it a step further. Melania Trump, after he won, she started crying. Well, a lot of people wondered why she started crying. Well, they were allegedly, according to the story, were going to get a divorce. But him being president in 2017, he couldn't do that. So he worked out a deal with her. After he went to the White House, after the inauguration, she wouldn't go. She wanted nothing to do with it. Part of it was because she did not like Ivanka Trump. They hated each other, and they still do. This is all recorded, so I'm not making this up. Go ahead and you can look it up. So now, she stays in New York. She said, I have to stay here with Barround because he's still in school. Really? So for all that time, the city of New York had to put a quarantine around Trump Tower because she was in there. 3-block radius. Trump paid the city of New York out of taxpayer money, the money that you send in that's supposed to be used on your behalf. He paid the city of New York $120 million to cover the expenses because she did not want to be in the White House. He said he was a billionaire. Well, let him pull that shit out of his pocket. If she doesn't want to be around him, that's not my fault. I got nothing to do with that. I didn't ask her to come to my house. I don't want to go to his house. But I sure as hell am not going to pay for it. That money is supposed to be used for my benefit, not his. All he does is as a grifter. Now he's turned the White House into a goddamn bazaar. Now she's still not done. She does not want to be in Washington. Why? Because she was one of the worst first ladies ever. Ever. She treated people like garbage. Even to this day, now the Easter egg roll, they're outsourcing it because it's beneath her. She's even gotten in on the grift. She put out a coin and made money off it. A meme coin, which has absolutely no value at all, but it was a way to ingratiate themselves with her, and it's, you want to know what it really is? Money laundering. In order to give her money, you buy her coin so you can say, oh, I got something for it. There's no value to it. The only value I could see was taking it and throwing it through the window at Trump Tower. Trump did the same thing. He made $58 million off of that crap because this way, billionaires could pay homage to him and get what they want. And it's perfectly legal. If they gave him cash, no. He did that in 2017. He took the cash and pocketed it. There was a big scandal over that. So this time he got smart. Oh, I'm going to come up with a coin. Buy my coin. $58 million he made in 3 days. The value of that so-called coin dropped to almost nothing. The same thing with Melanie Trump. Hers dropped 80%. This is all recorded. Look it up. Look what's happening to your country. Now, you say, okay, well, he sold a coin. That's got nothing to do with me. It does in this respect. The people were able to buy influence. They can get things, they can get laws passed, they can get things that you can't. You wouldn't get the time of day. It's a scam. Another one, and I'm warning you. I'm warning you. She is not going to Washington, nor is she going to, she's going to stay in New York and in Florida. Now, why is that significant? Well, one, she is the absolute worst First Lady. Arrogant, pompous, no brains. She wants you to be best. She doesn't even know that she was sleeping with someone who is a predator on the computers. And by that I mean he was a bully on the computers. Cyberbullying. That's what it was. Cyberbullying. And she was, oh, we don't need to have cyberbullying. Did you know who was doing the worst of it? And she couldn't see that. She's trying to they're trying to make her out like she got some brains, but she really doesn't. She got something else out of it. Jeff Bezos had a $10 billion contract with the federal government. Now, in the first term, Trump went after him because the Washington Post, which Jeff Bezos owns, talked against Trump. See, Trump is already trying to take care of the First Amendment. So what happens? Bezos says, no, I'm sorry, but the Washington Post is doing their job. So Trump says, okay, I'm going to go after your contract with the post office. Bezos counters that with putting more of these trucks on the road. Trump is pissed. Trump hates Bezos. So when he comes up to the second term, which nobody really thought that he would, maybe that election was rigged. I think it was. It's funny. When Trump wins, it's legal, just like he said. All the states that I won were not rigged. All the ones I lost were rigged. Amazing. Amazing. Is that why you voted for him? Anyway. So Bezos gives Trump, as did the other billionaires, for the inauguration, $1 million. Actually, I think he gave him $2 or $2 million. I want to verify it. But they gave Melanie Trump, you ready for this? $40 million from Jeff Bezos to Melania Trump to do a documentary of her life. $40 million. Come on. You can't be that stupid not to know what's going on. And for people, well, that's his money. Yeah? What is he doing? Well, he did keep his $10 billion contract. He did do that. Okay. Doesn't bother you? Fine. But now the Washington Post cannot be trusted. The reporters, some of them have quit. If that's how you're going to be, we can't tell the truth because it would offend the dear leader. I could have done Melanie Trump's autobiography in 4 minutes. And it would have been very simple. I could have done it for $40. And it's quite simple. You have to be best. I don't care. Do you? She watched those kids sleeping on concrete and Mylar and didn't give a damn. Didn't give a damn. I don't give a damn where those kids came from. You don't put them on concrete with Mylar and not care. But that's how they are. All of you, if you ended up that way, she'd still wear that coat. I don't care. Do you? Well, it's very simple with her. You put lipstick and perfume on a pig, she's still a pig. That's how simple that is. Jill Biden cared. Michelle Obama more than cared. Michelle Obama, if you hear this, and I'm going to say this for you, Michelle Obama, I know you didn't like politics. I can understand why. There's a lot of people that don't like it. But I want to say this about you. You are an inspiration to women. To everybody. You have class. The other one's an ass. You had dignity. You had presence. You lit up a room when you went in. You were an inspiration to us. The other one's a joke. Maybe it's a good thing she's not in Washington. Bring down the property values. Now, I still have free speech, so I want to make that qualification here. The First Amendment is still in effect, even though they're trying to tear it down. We are slowly watching our democracy get torn apart. Part of what they're doing is by fear. These departments, ladies and gentlemen, these departments work for you. Is there fraud? How is it that Trump can declare fraud when he's one of the biggest fraudsters? Are any of you going to buy that stupid guitar for $10,000 because he signed it? Did you know, as far as fraud goes, did you know? And this was verified on TV and was seen. You can trace it. You can look it up. Did you know that Elon Musk has a $40 million contract for those armored vehicles? By Tesla? It said so on there. By Tesla. Now, what happened was this. After it was shown on TV, they looked it up again the next day, and it said armored vehicles. They took the word Tesla out. Then, 2 days later, the word Tesla was back in. Now it's off completely. $40 million contract. Elon Musk and Donald Trump are taking away the contract from Verizon for the air traffic controllers and putting in Starlink. Now, why should that bother you? Elon Musk, about a month ago, made a comment to Zelensky that you're using Starlink to track the enemy. I can shut that off. He wants Verizon out and Starlink in for the air traffic controllers. and yet he threatens to shut it off. Were you aware of that? How'd you like to be up in the air and piss Elon Musk off and he says, shut it down? And you are paying him for that. We are paying him billions of dollars. Just like with Bezos. Of course Trump is grifting on him. Musk and Trump kept coming up with super PACs. Make America great again. They're out to get me. Send money to my super PAC. He even went into people's bank accounts and took money. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Because if Project 2025, he is preparing for Part 3 to come out, you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm warning you. Part 3 is out there. They don't want you to see it. Trump is securing everything around him that you cannot come after him. When you can, look at the Constitution. The Constitution was written so that we all shared the same rights, the same privileges. Of the people, by the people, for the people. Your rights are being taken away. They're being reworded. The threats are coming in that there's so many enemies. How is it that Trump has so many enemies in this country? And he's not done yet. I would be considered one of his enemies. The press is one of his enemies. Black folks are some of his enemies. Hispanics are his enemies. Immigrants are his enemies. Democrats in all the states are his enemies. He actually will allow them to go down, just like with those fires that were out there. He wanted to do nothing because they didn't pay homage to him and they didn't vote for him. Is that who you want? Because for maggots and Republicans who voted for him, get something straight. You share in our shit. Because what will happen to us will happen to you. If you think you get some sort of absolution because you voted for Trump, think again. Even with the third term that he's writing up now, this bastard wants to be put on Mount Rushmore. This bastard wants a Nobel Peace Prize. He's divided this country to where we hate each other, where we cannot even talk to one another. Nobel Peace Prize? For what? He wants his face. Now they're trying to work on his face on a $100 bill. Take Benjamin Franklin off. You can't be serious. He wants airports named after him. He wants schools named after him. All he did was breed hate. I'll tell you what Donald Trump is. Donald Trump, you ready for this? And this for everyone who's listening. Donald Trump is a social disease. He's a virus. He infects people with hate, discord. He's misogynistic. And he breeds it. And he loves it. I asked you to watch episode The Day of the Dove for Star Trek. I hope some of you did. I'm going to tell you why. Because the alien in that fed off of hate and discord, off of killing. And that's what he does. And Elon Musk is the same way. Their egos are so important. They don't care who lives or dies. It doesn't matter. When they pull the vaccines from the kids in Africa, you allow them to die. Is that who we are? Is it the truth coming out? I don't want to be like Trump. I have no problem with the money going over to save the life of a child. Or maybe they should just be like Kristi Noem, where she takes her puppy out and shoots him in the head. And when he didn't die from the first bullet, she walked up and put another bullet in him. That's what Trump is. Those are the people he wants around him. Pete Hegseth, you're an abuser and an alcoholic. And you know it. And the people around you knew it. Lutnick, your 94-year-old mother-in-law, what you said was, if she didn't receive her check, no big deal. Well, you're a multi-billionaire. What about the lady who right now is living in an apartment? She has no income. She's in her late 70s. No income. Because you cut her Social Security. And you called her a fraudster because she called to find out. If they call and complain, they're fraudsters. Listen to what this guy said. What an idiot. And we buy into it. Or some of them do. Now here's how Trump is going to do this, and next week we're going to show it again. He's securing the things around him so that he's protected. Example, he freed all the January 6th people. These are militias that have sworn their oath to him now. They'll meet you at your house. The Republican Party and their families, the senators and congressmen, piss Trump off, go against him and see what you get. Can I prove it? Yes. Look at the ones that they went after. 2 of them were from Michigan, Fred Upton and Peter Meyer. Trump went after them because they voted against him. These militias will kill you. And you know who they are. They pled guilty. One of them cried when he was sentenced, begging for mercy. Now he says retribution is coming. That's part 1. Part 2, the FBI. The 2 people that lead it have no idea how to run the FBI in any way, shape, or form, but they are yes men to Trump. If Trump tells them to arrest somebody, they will do it. If they have to make something up, and that's what Kash Patel said he would do, it could be civil, it could be criminal, it doesn't matter. We're coming after you. And if it's true or not, doesn't matter, because we'll destroy your life. That includes you. That includes all of you. The police, law enforcement, they're going to set it up where they cannot be prosecuted, which gives them open field to do whatever they want. Trump still brings up George Floyd. Remember, people, you watched George Floyd die on television. He was never convicted. It was never proven he did anything wrong. You watched him die under that man's knee. He begged for his life. You watched it. You saw it. Don't think it can't happen to you. Department of Justice. When Trump held his meeting with them a week ago last Friday, the only ones in the room were the ones that follow him. They are his yes men. Whatever he says, yes sir, no sir, whatever you say, sir. Pam Bondi today, when she was asked about this signal problem, what did she do? Oh, it's no problem, and it was a huge success. You got lucky. But what did she do? She brought up Hillary Clinton. What about Hillary Clinton? No, Trump, no Trumpy poo, little Trumpy poo, listen to me. Hillary Clinton has nothing to do with any of this. You're the one. You are the one. You bring up everybody else. Oh, don't look at me, look at them. That's what you learned from Roy Cohn. This is the 1950s, the Red Scare, all over again, only worse. We don't have much time to save this democracy. We damn well better do it. Those attorneys that were in the room have sworn an oath to Trump. Not to you people. You people who have Republican congressmen, Republican senators, you are not represented. They have sworn their oath to Trump and Trump alone. You better pay attention. The one we have here, the congressman in our district, she doesn't give a fat rat's ass about anyone but herself and her loyalty to Trump. John James, another one. You're John James. You are a black man. Were you DEI? You fought in the military. You should be outraged as to what's going on. But you're not. You praise him. For the people that were out in the field, getting shot at, listening to the bombs, wondering if they were going to be alive the next day. And this man that you have pledged your entire career and position at. You do not represent your people. The people of all these districts who have Republicans and some Democrats. There's some Democrats like that. They get into a position, they don't give a damn about the people that put them there. When I ran for office, I went to door. I talked to the people and said, this is your vote. I will cast it on our behalf. These people cast it on behalf of Trump and Trump alone. They don't even care what it happens to you. Am I angry? You're damn right I'm angry because I see it happening. And what makes me mad is that you see it too, but you think, oh, it'll all go away. Don't worry about it. It's just Trump being Trump. I'm asking all of you now. Go on Truth Social. Try to get an account on there. Truth Social is not Truth Social, it's Trump Social. Because you cannot say anything against Trump or any of his family or anything about him. There's no free speech there. There never was. It was his platform for his free speech. And if you look at what he says and what he does, he's got some serious mental problems. There are 35 professionals out there that have already said he has serious mental problems. And if you watch him now, he really doesn't know what's going on. Elon Musk is his front man. This way, Musk will take the heat, and he just sits back and says, well, I don't know. I didn't hear anything about it. Well, look at Hillary Clinton. I can guarantee Hillary Clinton wasn't in bed with you. I'm surprised you didn't blame her for that. I love my country. I love my country because my country gave me the freedom to live, to prosper, to learn, to expand. And you're taking it away. We will get what you give us. That's how it's going to go. And if you step out of line, you're going to end up, take a look at Russia, and don't look at the part that Tucker Carlson did. That's all phony as hell. Tucker Carlson shouldn't even be allowed on the air. That's another psycho. The only thing he'll tell you is go toast your nuts. You people, listen. Listen to what's happening around you. Go to your computer, go on the news, read it. Yes, read both sides. Read the Fox end, read MSNBC, CBS, ABC. Read it. Decipher for yourself. You know the difference between right and wrong. For people my age, I want my kids to have it better than me, and they're not going to. They may not even have the privileges that I had when I was a kid, because they're slowly being taken away. They're telling you what you can read. They can tell you what school you go to. They'll tell you what you're allowed to learn. They'll tell you what you're allowed to say, what you're allowed to sing. The fact of the matter is, there are things in life that you don't have to like. But here you have the right not to like them. Here you have the right to say something about it. And vice versa, you have the right to say the things you like. Now, there's people out there that do stuff that I don't agree with, and that's fine. You live your life over there as long as you don't interfere on my rights. Do whatever you want. I say these things because I know all of you know how to think. Here's a show, I want to say from 1959. It was it's a very well done cartoon, but the story is Animal House from George Orwell. He wrote it as a thesis on communism. But what happened in that show is happening now. Watch it. Have your kids watch it. Watch it yourself. Now, for those people that are so enamored with Trump, that live and die by what he does and what he says, like I told you, you will share in our shit. When the stuff goes down, because there was one other, after I got through with the DOJ, there's one other department that is most important. Now, he's already infected the judicial. We can see that. That should piss you off to no end. You should have the right, when you look at that statue walking in there, that justice is blind and you will be given a fair trial. That ain't gonna happen now. Because if the judge doesn't give him what he wants the judge impeached or jailed or threatened on the outside. Listen to that. That should scare the hell out of you. You're watching your judicial part of the system being taken away. That means you will not be given a fair trial. The trial will be done and they will be told what they're going to do. Then you have the Congress. Mike Johnson and the Republicans in the House have ceded their power over to Trump right now. Technically, if Muskie Poo, or the Muskrat, we can call them names too. Trump isn't the only one that knows how to do that. The Trumpster, Trumpy Poo. But if they wanted to do something right now, basically, they could get rid of Congress. What do you need them for? They ceded their power over to Trump. Trump tells them what he wants, and they do it. Even the money, if they allocate money for something, by law, it goes for that. Trump has now taken that away because now when they allocate money, that money, he will make the final decision as to where it goes. If it needs to go to health care for your kids, and Trump says no, it should go to Mar-a-Lago, then that's where it's going to go. And they have authorization, given him authorization to do it. So basically, you don't need Congress. We could eliminate Congress and save that money. What's happening now is Trump is going, instead of the three-tier system, legislative, executive, and judicial. Trump has risen up on the executive and pushed the other two down. That is how authoritarianism is coming. He will control the courts. He will tell them what they can do. Example, look down in Florida. the woman down there that kept him from going to jail. He had sensitive documents that had the nuclear weapons, the nuclear codes, the nuclear locations, people's names, locations, what they were doing. He had that. And she helped him get away with it. I can see this. I'm not stupid. This is right in front of you. Aileen Cannon should not even be on the bench. He put her on the bench in December of 2020. And then she was caught twice breaking the law on his behalf. And then she tried to do it a third time. She got away with it. And in a roundabout way, she's responsible for the death of a man in Cincinnati. Trump lied. He lied and said that they kicked in his door at Mar-a-Lago and went through, ransacked his house. No, they didn't. It's on film. You can watch it. His lawyers came out. They met with the FBI. Everything was recorded. He wasn't even there. He was in Bedminster. The only thing that might have happened was they caught Trump Jr. in Melania's drawers playing with her underwear because he said that's where they were. The only way he would know that is if he was in there. But what happened was Trump came out and said the FBI is this, the FBI is this, the FBI is this, and the fact of the matter is it was a lie. And a man in Cincinnati took a nail gun and an AR-15 and went up to the FBI office in Cincinnati and ended up getting shot. There were 2 women that died on January 6th because he lied to them. Ask yourself this question. Mike Lindell, Lindsey Graham, Trump, Bundy, Kash Patel. All these people say, and more, say they have proof that the election was stolen. Mike Lindell has had it in his house for 4 years. Trump says he has it. Where is it? If you have it, bring it out. Let us see it. If you have absolute proof, but you don't, you just keep telling the same lie over and over. And if you think that I'm falling for it, you got another thing coming. If other people want to be stupid and believe crap like that, go ahead. But I won't. I can think on my own. I can see on my own. I know right from wrong. It's a damn shame that we're going through this. Example, Pam Bondi. Elon Musk has destroyed so many lives, all for money and power. Your families could be the recipient of that. Probably they will. Right now, they have the information on you, and they can use it. We are all vulnerable now. Now he wants your voting records so that Elon Musk can fix them. There's nothing to fix. He's trying to secure elections. Elections should be if you win, you win, you lose, you lose. But with the Republicans under Trump, the Trumplicans, they're not even Republicans, so let's stop calling them that. They're Trumpsters, the Trumpster Party. Did you know that when you send money to the Republican Party, that he gets a 5% cut and he dictates where it goes? So you may send it in for one candidate and he'll say, no, I want it to go to this candidate. Herschel Walker was a great football player. I'll give him that. But everything else, he's an idiot. Dr. Oz was a charlatan. But now he's in charge of your Medicare and Medicaid. He doesn't even know what it is. Robert Kennedy Jr. is beyond being an idiot. You know, it's funny. He wants red dye taken out, but then he wants more people to have guns. Explain that one to me. Maybe what we should do is, instead of using a gun to go after somebody, we give them some red dye. Give them some red pop or something. That'll take care of it. Or let's give him the measles. Make him drink cod liver oil. Or just give him a brain worm. What the hell? This man knows nothing about health care. The person in charge of the CDC, I went through CDC training. The woman in charge of it knows nothing. But this is your health. The National Health Institute. This is your health. The World Health Organization. This is your health. These people are on your side. They're trying to help you and your family and your friends and everyone else. And he's cutting it, saying it's not necessary. Think about that. Oh, there's fraud there. Where is the fraud in cancer research? For those people who died of cancer, think about it. Is that what you want? When you go into a hospital and they say, oh, well, you don't have the money to pay. Sorry. We'll give you a Band-Aid. These departments, these parts of government, the judiciary and the legislative, are for you and for your well-being. These are things that we pay for. This is why we go to work, and on the right-hand side of your check, you see that money coming out. Now you've got somebody just coming through and slashing and putting on a show with a damn chainsaw. Telling you how great his cars are. Did you see all the recalls on him? And then Pam Bondi wants to put people in jail that talk against him. I can say what I want. I have the First Amendment. Or do I? Maybe I don't. Who the hell is Elon Musk? And yet he has so much influence over your lives and nothing better. Not to make your life better. Tell me what he's done right now that has made your life better. Veterans, you may or may not get help. The nuclear arsenal, they fired them. They didn't even know what the hell they were doing. They just fired them. And as I said, these people were doing jobs. There was no fraud there. They just cut and cut and cut so that Trump can say, I want a tax cut so that the 2,500 billionaires don't have to pay taxes, but you people will. You will make up that money. You will give up the services that come to you. You will pay more in taxes so that you can counter the money that I'm going to give to them. Your insurance has gone up. Now, what the hell is this jackass doing threatening Canada? The Panama Canal. Greenland. Countries, other countries. Tell J.D. Vance to stay the hell out of your country. Tell him don't come there. That's what they did with Trump the first term. England didn't want him there. He forced himself on it. And then he acted like a jackass when he got there. Saying that the Queen said that was the best afternoon. She was so happy to get rid of his goddamn ass. He's an embarrassment. Frustrated? You have no idea. I can look on this and I see the lies. Leave Canada alone. You have no right to tell them that. I say this to NATO. Suspend the United States until Trump straightens up. And NATO, you better get ready to be on your own. You better get ready to defend yourself. Did you know, to the people out there, did you know that the United States is not the leader of the free world for the second time under this same person? We are not the leader of the free world. It was Angela Merkel before, while Trumpy Poo stood there like this, folded his arms and, with a huff. When he comes to your country, if you allow him to come in, sit him down, give him a cookie, tell him he's a good boy, give him a couple of dollars. Don't buy his goddamn tennis shoes. Oh, hey, you want to see something? Look at the website for the person he put in as the national religious leader. I'm surprised God doesn't rain down blood on us. And I despise politicians who use God as a weapon. I despise pastors that tell their people that God wanted Donald Trump in there, that God sent Donald Trump to save us. You know what a source is. Save your country. Save your democracy. Because if you don't and you lose it, you will be sorry. Because you probably will not be able to come back. Now, the last piece of that pie that I told you about that Trump has, we already went through the FBI, the CIA, the Justice Department, the last part, and this one was explained. This is the Department of Defense. During the riots with George Floyd, in which we watched police officers kill a man in real time for something that has never been proven one way or the other, Donald Trump told Mark Esper and Mark Milley to shoot the protesters. Now, Republicans have said, "Oh, no, he shoot those people. They were destroying stuff." Well, it turned out through the FBI that it wasn't protesters doing all of it. There were some Republican sympathizers that were doing the same, and they caught them. And Trump knew about it. And that's why the leader, Ray, had to leave. Trump knew. They saw those people on the films, and they brought it out. How is it that those bricks and those things were in areas they had no business being, and these so-called ninjas, which are on film, started trouble, broke windows, invaded, and then when the police came, they ran. And Mark Milley and Mark Esper said, "No, you cannot shoot your own citizens. It's in the Constitution." Well, guess what? That part is going to be wiped out. Trump is finding ways. He's turning and twisting. And all the people that are working with him. These people are supposed to be representing us. They are representing Trump. They will actually stand there and say something stupid. And they stand there and expect us to believe it. You don't think we see it? Some of us do. The rest of us should. And you need to let them know you were put there to represent us. So now, there is no guard there. Trump will use the military against his own citizens. Get ready for it. Because when all else fails, and you better fight for that 2026 election, you better fight like hell to make sure you're allowed to vote, to make sure you do vote, because they're going to do everything. They may have you stand on one leg for 6 hours if you want to vote. and you say that Trump isn't going to do a third term, they're already working it out. They're twisting and turning the language. It says 2 terms. That's what it says. Two terms. Not 2 consecutive terms. 2 terms. All right, he got it. Rigged or not rigged. It's funny, he was all set. He was all set. All his people were set with lawyers. All of them were there to fight something because if he lost, it was rigged. He lied to a lot of people. The people of Dearborn, the people of Dearborn Heights, the people of Hamtramck. He told you what Biden was doing. He lied. He was the one that told Netanyahu, finish the job. What we didn't know was that he wants to take that land. Jared Kushner had already looked at it a few months earlier, but he wants to take that land and make money off it. Do the Palestinian people not even count anymore? Do Hispanics not count anymore? Do you know that Hispanics who are here, and yes, they are here illegally. Why? Because when the Republicans came up with the bill to fix immigration, and the Democrats said, whatever you want, let's just do something and get it done. Trump said, no, I need that. I need to breed more hate off of it. I can't breed hate if you have a solution. So he's never come up with a solution. His solution is torture, fear. He doesn't give a damn about these people. As far as he's concerned, they're not people. What do you call them? Vermin? People who poison the blood of the American people? I'll bet you if you look at Trump's life and you match it with Hitler's life, you will see similarities. When you see how the governments, you will see how Hitler, Stalin, Putin, Mussolini, Kim Jong-un, look at them. They're all similar. Canada, stand up and say, we're not going to be taken over. Greenland, you are not going to be taken over. Panama, Mexico. This man has no right. We did not give him the authority to do that. That's not who Americans are. Maybe Russians are that way, but he wants to be Russia. Can you not see this? Can you not see what he's doing? Can you not see Vladimir Zelensky, as I said, is a damn hero? He stuck up for his country. He fought for his country. He stayed right there. Biden went into the war zone. This is a guy that wouldn't even put on a war uniform. Coward. Yet he can stand there and say, John McCain was a loser. All those people in graves were losers. Then try to sell his merchandise at the tomb of the unknown soldier, and they had to tell him to get that stuff out of there. How low can you go? I don't have much time left on this earth, but I'm glad I was born when I was. I got to see the good in our country. I got to see us grow. I got to see us get along. I got to see us do things that were just phenomenal. And now I'm seeing it all come crashing down because of one man. I'm going to ask everybody who loves this country, Trump and Abbott and Graham and that Bootsy down in Florida. Can't think of his name. DeSantis. They're trying to rewrite history. Ladies and gentlemen, go to YouTube, go to the news, watch the news on your computer during the day, watch the different news shows. They'll give themselves away. You're smart enough to know right from wrong. If you question something, that's great, because that means you need an answer. But from here on in, for those kids that are going to college, if you can get in college, he's trying to destroy them. He's trying to tell them what they can and cannot teach. This country will go down. We will not be the shining city on a hill, because Trump will tell you what you can and cannot learn. That money that he's holding back, that is taxpayer money. He's holding it back saying, you will do as I say or you'll get nothing. To you people, you'll do as I tell you or you'll get nothing. He has no right to do that. But I'm asking you, I'm begging you, write history the way it is right now. Tell the truth. Trump is going to try to reword it and wipe it out. No. No. You saw it. You saw history. For the people like Andrew Clyde, Lindsey Graham, John Thune. John Thune, what's the matter with you? We thought you had... Did you toast your balls too? You can't see right from wrong? This country is by the people, for the people, of the people. Maybe not in that order, but it is, we tell you what to do. That's how it is. Not the money, not Musk, not Trump. We tell you what we want. You don't tell us what we can have. One of the things that was great about this is anyone who came into this country had freedom. What we see now, we don't have that. And how long we have what we have right this minute is debatable. There was a book that was written, everything that Trump touches, he destroys. What a fitting title. Hopefully they'll do a movie that will show that. Write your thesis on it. Write history books on it. Put those books out. Make sure that the truth carries forward. For all we've done to build this country, were we perfect? Hell no. But we learned from our mistakes and we got better. We made other countries better. When there's things like communism that bring people down, that treat them like crap, they look to us. Well, they don't do that anymore. They look and they see a psychotic sociopath in the White House trying to play big shot. You know better. You know better. We all do. Those freedoms I grew up with, I see now are disappearing. We are going to be put into an economic servitude because he's putting the country deeper in debt. He put more debt on the national debt than any other president. And he's not done yet. He's going to destroy this country. And yet he wants to be remembered as a hero. Now, for those of you that are probably kicking your radio or your TV, I got it. Think about what I said. Check me out. There's fact checking. Not alternative facts, real facts. Either that, or you better learn how to sing. I sold my soul to the company store. Right now, you are losing privileges. You are losing rights. You are losing your health care. You are losing your future. The alleged aim of Putin, Xi, Trump, the young man down in Argentina, the Saudis, they want to divide up the world. That's why Trump thinks all I have to do is tell Canada, you are our 51st state, and that's the end of that. Well, technically, the American people have the right to go down to Mar-a-Lago and go golfing because that's your taxpayer money that's going in there. It's all been recorded. It's not like, this isn't something I'm making up. There's facts there. There's articles. There's proof of it. Absolute proof. The privileges that you have now are disappearing. My God, save yourselves. Save your kids. I only wish that my kids could have it as good as I did. I didn't have it that great, but you know something? I had a damn good life. My parents gave me a good life, and the world gave me a good life. But that's not how it is now. Now you live in fear that somebody's going to grab you off the street. The very things that we saw in Germany, the very things we fought against, are happening now here because that's how he wants it. It's happening in front of you. Can you not see it? It's right here. Take a look. Don't bury your head. If you agree with it, fine. Live with it. That's the best I can do. I see it. I'll fight for it. For everybody else, you'll fight for it. Would he use the military against his own citizens? He's already said yes. Another thing you better be very, very, very careful about. And you might want to check into Bill Gates' microchip. Because Trump will have them take you off the street. You could disappear. And no one would ever find you. Make sure in your life now that if anything happens to you, somebody knows about it. Because right now in El Salvador, he's got people down there that had no criminal record whatsoever. He took them off because he needed to show something. That could happen to you. That could happen to your kids. I don't agree with what everybody does, but everybody has a right to live their life. Don't lose those rights. I thank you for listening. I've said a lot. I hope it struck a nerve. I thank you. And I hope for the best for all of you. Where we are a year from now, hard to say. But we have our destiny in our hands. So thank you very much. And I hope to talk with you again.